वो जो अपना नोटिस था उसको मैंने एक बार पूरा देख लिया था। अब उसमें इश्यू क्या है कि जैसे उस टाइम की जो बेसिकली नोटिस आया है GSTR 9 की वजह से। GSTR 9 जो कि एनुअल रिटर्न है, वो तुम्हारे ऑडिट वाले सीए ने फाइल की थी, ठीक है। अब उसने जो टर्नओवर दिखाया और जो मेरे पास GSTR 1 में और 3B में टर्नओवर आ रहा है, उसमें करीब करीब 5 लाख रुपए के टैक्स का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, ठीक है। अब उसका कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन मतलब तुम्हारे पास होगा नहीं, वो सीए अवेलेबल है नहीं, तो पता नहीं क्या हुआ और क्यों हुआ, क्योंकि फाइल भी उसी ने की थी, ठीक है। अब उसको मैंने एनालाइज किया, तो अभी के लिए जो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, मतलब मैं ये पूरा एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड तुमको लिख के दे देता हूँ, तुम अप्रूवल ले लो भाई, क्योंकि क्या इसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज होंगे कि वो 5 लाख रुपए पे करने पड़ेंगे, ठीक है। क्योंकि अब उसने टर्नओवर गलत भर दिया, अपन ने ज्यादा भर रखा है एक्चुअली, तो वो क्वेश्चन वो जवाब मांगे नहीं मांगेंगे कि भाई आपने आपका टर्नओवर तो ज्यादा है, आपने तो कम दिखाया है। टैक्स तो हाँ, अब टैक्स की बात करें तो ओवरऑल टैक्स में जो डिफरेंस है वो है करीब, हाँ मतलब टैक्स में डिफरेंस है 5 लाख रुपए का एक्चुअली। हाँ Good evening, everyone. I hope you had all thunderous and amazing Diwali. So after Diwali, we are recharged and we can restart our journey of GST. You can keep me posted that how was your Diwali this time. I hope it was good and amazing for everyone. So till that, I received some replies from you that how was your festival this time. Let us start the topic again. So last time we discussed about place of supply. The place of supply, what we discussed last time was so what is the place of supply in these cases that we discussed last time. Some special cases we discussed last time. So now now we will discuss some special cases of place of supply, like where should be the place of supply be assumed in the special cases. So the first case is immovable property, boat or vessel. Now let me take an example. If I have taken a property on rent, this is an immovable property. This is the case which I'm talking about now. Immovable property, boat or vessel. So where would be the place of supply? The place where the property is located or intended to be located. For example, I have taken one property on rent in Rajasthan. Now, I am from Delhi. I live in Delhi only, but I came to Rajasthan and took a property on rent in Rajasthan. Now, the person who has given me the property on rent, he is the supplier of service who is from Rajasthan. I am the receiver of service. I am from Delhi. So the supplier is in Rajasthan. The receiver is in Delhi. Normally, if we just talk normally, since both are in different states, this is an interstate supply and IGST should be applicable. But no, a clear no, because the place of supply will be the place where the property is located, no matter where supplier lives, no matter where recipient lives. The matter only thing is where the immovable property is located. And the immovable property which I have taken on rent is in Rajasthan. So the place of supply will be Rajasthan. Now, if the place of supply is Rajasthan, the supplier is also of Rajasthan. It is an intrastate supply and CGST, SGST will be applicable. So this is a special case, no matter where the recipient belongs. The matter is what? Where the immovable property is located. So I hope this special case is clear to you. Next. So this special case applies to architects, because architect who prepares the map of the property, who designs the interior designing, etc. Just हाँ जी हाँ कर रहे क्या चालू बहुत बढ़िया 222026 222026 हाँ ठीक है This applies to architects, interior designer, hotel and marriage garden. And yes, I told you for the rentals for sure, because for the rentals, for the marriage garden, for hotels, interior designers, architects, for all these, property location is the only thing that matters, and accordingly tax will be applicable. So since the bill is being made by the person in Rajasthan, and and the property is also in Rajasthan, the tax should go to the Rajasthan government. And it's very simple. I told you that day also, that for every single rule, you just need to think about one thing: destination principle, consumption principle. If the property is in Rajasthan, can I took this property to Delhi and enjoy or consume the rent in Delhi? No. Even if I'm from Delhi and the property is in Rajasthan, I cannot consume it in Delhi. Though my GST number is of Delhi, the tax will always go to Rajasthan because the property is in Rajasthan. The consumption cannot happen out of Rajasthan. The interior designer, the marriage garden. If the marriage garden is Rajasthan, then the marriage will happen in Rajasthan. The consumption is in Rajasthan. Tax will also go to Rajasthan. It's that simple. Go into the rules. Just go into the logic. If located outside India, this is always an exception to all the rules. Just think about one thing. If you say a property is located in USA, the tax should go to USA government? No, not at all. If the property is located in USA, if at all it comes into the ambit of GST of India, the tax should go to Indian government. I'm not saying that USA government will not get any tax. USA government will get the tax as per their own laws. But as per Indian GST law, the tax will go to Indian government only, because Indian government will never make a law for paying the tax to US government. They will only want to collect tax, not pay tax. So just think about any situation. Now, let me take an example. If there are, both the parties are of India, and some properties located outside India, the services provided, the rental services or maybe any other services are provided out of India, then the tax will go to India. So whose location would be considered, because place of supply rules are also applicable there. Now how will it happen? How will it work? The location of recipient will be deemed to be the location for the purpose of taxation. So in the case the property is located outside India, it will be assumed that the location of recipient, for example, I am from Rajasthan, I paid rent to a person who is in Maharashtra, but the property for which the rent is being paid is paid to is paid for a property which is in USA, then definitely GST would be applicable and the tax would go to Maharashtra government. Sorry, Maharashtra government, because that is, sorry, I paid the rent, so to Rajasthan government because I am the recipient of service. Thing is going on. Yeah, so I've given the example, and then there is one more case. If property is located in multiple states, then definitely the proportionate allocation would be made. So that's a very natural thing. If multiple state cases there, all the states should get the revenue. Now, second special case is beauty parlor, fitness, restaurant, catering. Again, where it is performed, accordingly the tax would be payable. If the beauty parlor is in Rajasthan, for example, Katrina Kaif has come to Jodhpur and has got her marriage function in Jodhpur, some fort and all. In that case, since she has also taken some beauty parlor treatment in Jodhpur itself, now GST would go to which state? Because Katrina Kaif belongs to Maharashtra, but she has come to Rajasthan. The beauty parlor treatment, the beauty parlor function, the beauty parlor things performed in Rajasthan, the tax should go to Rajasthan. So for whatever, whoever beauty parlor would bill to Katrina Kaif, they would apply CGST, SGST, not IGST. Even if Katrina Kaif is registered in Maharashtra, it would not apply IGST because both the persons are of different state. But no, since the beauty parlor things were performed in Rajasthan, the tax would be CGST, SGST, and tax would go to Rajasthan government. Same applicable for gym, for restaurants, because you eaten food in Rajasthan, then the tax will go to Rajasthan, even if you belong to any city, any state, whatever. So this would be the case for catering, restaurant, fitness, beauty parlor. Same training and performance appraisal things. If I have given some training, for example, I'm giving you this GST training. Now I'm from Rajasthan. The recipient of service is maybe CM Institute, maybe you all people. So you are the recipient of service because I have given you training. Now, since I'm the supplier of service, I will raise the bill and you belong to different states. Now, where should that tax would go? So naturally, where is the consumption? Just think about the situation. Where is the consumption? You all are sitting in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, or maybe any state. You are consuming You are consuming this knowledge, this training in your own state only. You have not consumed this knowledge in Rajasthan, though I have given services from Rajasthan, but the consumption is in your respective state. So if you are a registered person, the tax would go to your own states. So in registered cases, location of such person, that means your location. In unregistered, if it's unregistered, if you are not, you all are not registered, in that case, I may not be knowing that which state I belong, you all belong to, because I have just given service in Rajasthan. I don't know from where you have come. So the government has given a relaxation. Okay, let it be. If it's unregistered person, wherever you have performed it. For example, I have performed it in Rajasthan. I'll pay tax to Rajasthan government. Same goes with event, amusement park, place where event was held. Any event, any amusement park, like there are so many amusement parks in your cities. So wherever the event was held, because now you cannot, if you have gone to some amusement park, you can consume that services there only. You cannot take that amusement park with you. You cannot take that event with you to your own state. That's why wherever the event was held, wherever the place is located, that state will get the tax. So that will be the place of supply. Same goes with the organization of event, but it's a different now. For organization events, same as like training, registered person, location of such person, unregistered person, where the event was held. Because now in the organization event, for example, let's take an example. I have organized an event in CM Institute, Delhi. I have organized an event in CM Institute, Delhi for my own publicity. I have done some publicity things and I have organized an event in CM Institute, Delhi. If CM Institute is a registered person, that location would be the consumption, because CM Institute is in Delhi. They have taken the services in Delhi. I have organized the event. Now, if I would have organized the event in UP on behalf of CM Institute Delhi, then if it's a registered person, the location of such person, that is Delhi, would be billed, not the UP, because the benefit, the consumption of service, because CM Institute has done some sort of advertisement publicity in Uttar Pradesh, but the benefit, the consumption is for the Delhi only. They would get the students to be registered in Delhi, not in UP, because they don't have any office in UP probably. That's why they are registered in Delhi. So location of Delhi, location of such person would be the consumption state, would be the place of supply. But if it's an unregistered case, event held, the place where the event held would be the place of supply. And outside India, I told you location of recipient will always be considered. Held in multiple states, proportionate would be done. In case of transportation of goods, to registered person, location of such person. I transported something, maybe some book I transported from Rajasthan to Maharashtra. But now the location of registered person, but it was ordered by a person of Gujarat. So someone is sitting in Gujarat, he is a registered person. He wants that goods to be sent to Maharashtra. But I will tax to Gujarat only, because the registered person is sitting in Gujarat. And the reason is again clear. Ultimately, the benefit of that goods which is being sent to Maharashtra would go to Gujarat only, because he is the consuming person actually. Maybe he has sent for some purpose to Maharashtra, but ultimately the goods belongs to that Maharashtra, that Gujarat person only. That's why he would be the consuming person. In unregistered cases, location where goods were sent, goods is handed over, started. Again, just think about the situation. In unregistered cases, location where goods handed over. For example, I am from Rajasthan. I sent that book to Maharashtra. I handed over that goods to maybe in Rajasthan only, I handed over to some transportation agency in Rajasthan. So I handed over in Rajasthan, my work is over. So the consumption state for me would be Rajasthan. I don't know where that person would take that goods to. But just think about another situation. The delivery channel is mine and I handed over goods in Maharashtra only. In that case, the consuming state would be Maharashtra. So wherever I handed over the goods would be the location of consumption or location of place of supply. Passenger transportation service. To the registered person, location of such person. To unregistered person, location where person embarks for continuous journey. For example, if I am from Rajasthan, I embarked, I entered into a bus from Jaipur to Delhi. Where did I embark? Jaipur. The consumption state would be Jaipur. So where did I start for that continuous journey would be the place of supply for that journey. Service on board a conveyance. I had given that example 2-3 days back in the last to last class that if a food is supplied on train, in train, you know, in Rajdhani Express, food is there for free, or maybe they charge some amount for the food. For whatever cases, if they are supplying food on train and the train is from Delhi to Bombay, if the train is going from Delhi to Bombay and food is supplied on the train, maybe some passenger took the food when there was Delhi. Maybe some person took the food when there was Jaipur. Maybe some person took the food when there was Gujarat. Or maybe some person took the food when the Mumbai arrived. Now, whom should the tax go? The simple answer which government has given, don't fight. First scheduled point of departure of that conveyance. So what is the first scheduled point of Rajdhani for Delhi to Bombay is Delhi. So the tax would go to Delhi government. Telecommunication service, DTH and cable, etc. Or maybe mobile service as well. If it's a fixed line, maybe a landline, the installation address would be the place of supply. Simple, because that would be the consumption address. Postpaid, billing address. Prepaid, location of sale. Maybe you bought a prepaid voucher in from Jaipur, or you asked some operator, some small shopkeeper in Jaipur to do recharge on your mobile. Location of sale is Jaipur. The tax would go to Rajasthan government. Prepaid online, you are sitting in your house and you did a recharge from your phone. You did a recharge from your phone on from Paytm in your mobile number. Then the billing address would be the address where the place of supply will be deemed. So this will be the case for the telecommunication service. Prepaid online, if you have done recharge from your Paytm, your billing address as per the records of DTH or cable or maybe mobile company, that would be the location of supply. For banking services, location as per the record of bank or record of stockbroker would be the place of supply. In case of insurance, again, in registered person, location of such person as per the address. If unregistered person, URD, I have written many places. URD means unregistered dealer. So URD, that means unregistered person, location as per the recorded address. Advertisement services to central government, state government, statutory body, local authority, proportionate for each of state involved, because these governments are for multiple states. For example, central government, which state should it go? So whatever state the services are provided, that would be the state of supply. Now the next topic we are going to start is input tax credit. So I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Someone said my voice is not audible. So anyone please confirm, do I need to repeat something or it's audible everything? Anyone please confirm? Should I repeat something? Okay, I could not see any replies. So I think in the middle there was a call at my end. So maybe I was muted for that reason. So nothing left, I think. So we were talking about the things and I think everything was communicated properly. So let us move forward. Input tax credit. So what is the input tax credit process? So for that, let me take an example. If 600 is the output, if 600 is the output, that means on the sale 600 rupees GST got payable and the input is 250, for example, because I gathered few goods, I manufactured it and I make new product. So let's take an example of biscuit. So what I did, I purchased the flour, I purchased sugar, I also purchased few more ingredients to put into that biscuit. I did the manufacturing process in the machine and then I sold the biscuit. So for example, the biscuit was sold for 5,000 rupees and 12% is the tax. So the 600 would be the output. So that is output tax. Tax on sales is the output tax. Now I purchased few things like flour, sugar and some more things. The total goods which I purchased was, some of goods were 5%, some of goods were 12% GST rate, and some goods were of 18% GST rates. So total tax, because since I sold the biscuits for 5,000, naturally what purchasing I have done for flour, sugar and all other things would be around 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000. Definitely not 5,000, because the difference would my benefit, my profit and other expenses which are not of GST, maybe labor expenses. So these labor expenses, they do not have GST. The GST is only on flour, sugar and some goods component. So these goods component taken together, the input tax which I availed as per the bills was 250. So net 350 I need to pay to the government. So that is the process, that how input tax credit works. 600 is the output, 250 is the input on the flour, sugar and all other things, and then 350 I need to pay to the government from my pocket. So 250 I need not pay because I paid in form of flour and sugar and all other things in the bills. 600 I have charged and collected from the customer. The difference 350 I need to pay in cash to the. So this would be a normal standard process of input. How to claim input? 600 is very clear. I have sold something, the bill is there, I filed the returns of sale, and the tax would be payable 600. But 250, how should I claim? How can I claim? The process is, there are few conditions to claim that input tax credit. So input tax credit is also known as ITC in short. So how to claim input tax credit, how to claim ITC? The first condition is I should have tax invoice of 250 rupees tax, showing the tax as 250 rupees, or maybe debit note. I should have that with me. Should have received that flour or sugar or other ingredients into my factory, into my business, maybe goods or services. I should have received actually, not just I received the bill. The supplier, maybe I received that flour from a grocery supplier. That grocery supplier must pay that tax because I am the supplier of biscuit. I will pay this 600 to the government. Similarly, that supplier of flour and sugar will pay this 250 to the government in the same way of taking input and cash to the government. So they must have also paid their tax, not my tax, but their own tax 250 rupees. They must have paid 250 rupees. I must pay my 350 rupees. So they must have paid their 250 rupees to the government by cash or by ITC. For example, in my case, 600 I am paying to government in form of 350 cash, 250 input. I paid 600. Similarly, that supplier would also pay 250 rupees to government in form of input or cash, whatever he has availability. So that is the prime condition for availing input tax credit. If that person has not paid his tax, I will not be able to take the input in my accounts. That supplier filed his own GST returns. So in GST, I should not only take care my GST returns, but also should take care his GST returns. The whole world is mine. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So the whole world is mine. Every supplier in India who is belonging to me, who paid the tax, who given the bill to me, should file his return. I should take care. I should pay that supplier within 180 days of taking the bill. I should pay that grocery supplier of flour and sugar within 180 days. So these are the conditions to claim ITC, to claim input tax credit. Some important aspects of ITC that we should know. If tax on input is more than tax on output, for example, in our case, 600 was output and 250 was input. So this was the second case. What we need to do in the second case? Pay the balance in cash. 350 we paid in cash. But if the situation is reverse, 600 is the input, 250 is the output, then 350 would be carried forward for the next quarter or next month. I can utilize whenever the situation reverses. Whenever the output becomes more than input, I would utilize that carry forward balance. Export cases, whenever I'm exporting, the export output is always 0. Instead of carry forward, I can claim this 250 rupees of refund. So refund is allowed only in case of export. No interest is payable on carry forward balance. So if your input is 250, your output is 0, you are carrying forward this 250 rupees. Don't think that interest would be paid by government. No, this 250 will always remain 250 forever. But if you forgot to pay 350 rupees tax to the government, they will charge you 18% interest. So if you forget to pay, you have a balance to pay to government, they will charge you interest. If they have a balance to pay you, they won't give you any interest. Input must be claimed, must be availed. Availed is the legal term. I would say input must be claimed before 30th November of next financial year. So for example, if the date of bill of purchase of flour or sugar is 1st April 2022, the last date to avail that input, the last date to claim that input is 30th November 2023. Next financial year's 30th November. After 30th November, I cannot claim input of 1st April 2022 or the whole financial year. GST is always, as I told in the first class, GST is on goods and services both, and the same is the case of input. I can avail input, I can claim input, not only on goods, but also on services also. Some goods or services are exempt. So on that services or goods, there is no output, no input. Nothing is there. No input, no output. Input tax credit is allowed on capital goods also. That means if I purchased computer for my office, I can claim GST of that also. So that is capital goods. What is capital goods? Fixed asset are the capital goods. So I can claim input tax credit on capital goods or fixed assets also. ITC is not allowed on personal use. If I purchased mobile phone for my personal use, I cannot claim input on that personal use mobile. There's a negative list of input tax credit. There are certain goods or services for which I can never claim input tax credit. Number 1. Vessel, aircraft, motor vehicle up to 13 persons. So any motor vehicle, any vessel or any aircraft, and any motor vehicle which has a capacity of up to 13 persons, maybe your car, your bike, even your SUV, they are into within 13 persons only. I cannot claim input at all, never ever, whatever be the case. But there is an exception. If I am further supplying that goods, for example, I am selling the bus, I am selling car, I can avail input of car. I am running a driving school, I can claim input of car. I am doing transportation of passengers, I can claim input of car. I am transporting goods through that vehicle, I can claim input of that vehicle. So vehicles are not allowed to take input except these 4 cases. So for general businesses, if you are running a business of clothes, grocery, anything, you cannot claim input of any motor vehicle at all, because normally you would not have a bus. Up to 13% means all the vehicles are covered. Food, beverages, outdoor catering. You can never claim input of food, restaurant, beverages, cold drinks, burger, pizza. Yes, you're feeling something good? Pizza, burger. Outdoor catering, you cannot claim input of these things. Membership of any club, health, fitness center, you cannot claim input. Rent a cab service. If you have hired a cab, if you have hired Uber, and there is a GST of 5% applied by the Uber, you cannot claim input, because rent a cab service is in negative list of input tax credit. You can never claim input of rent a cab, Uber. Life insurance and health insurance, you cannot claim input of insurances. LTA benefit, leave travel allowance. You have sent your employee to abroad. Just go and have chill for 10 days. It's from the company. Just have fun. He went to abroad. He went to US. He went to Bangkok. He went to Thailand for 10 days. The tickets which you have made for the employees, you cannot claim input. Only your own tickets for the purpose of business you can claim input. So leave travel allowance benefit to employees, you cannot claim input. Goods or services for construction of immovable property, you cannot claim input. You are paid to the tiles, you are paid for cement, you cannot claim input because that's for construction of immovable property. Exception is there for further supply. You yourself is the construction service person. You are constructing houses of other people and you have availed services of another construction person. You have availed some cement, you can claim input. For all other cases, you cannot. So I think that's all for today. This we will study tomorrow. For today, these are the cases of input tax credit. So tomorrow, most probably, we will complete GST. Tomorrow means in the next class. So in the next class, GST will be completed. In the next to next class, customs law will start. So please beware. Please prepare your all questions, whatever you have in your mind. I am replying all the questions, and next class would be the last class for GST. So whatever GST questions are there, please be ready with the GST questions. Whatever questions, even if it is out of your syllabus, I will answer all the questions because GST is over as per your syllabus. If you have any doubt regarding GST, I'll reply you for sure. So whatever doubts you have in today's class, please ask now. Whatever doubts you have for entire GST, I'll reply in the next class. In the next class, GST will be over. In the next to next class, customs will start. So I'll wait for 5 minutes, then I'll close the class. If there are any doubts, please let me know. So as I could see, there is just one question. Explain place of supply once more. So place of supply, just understand again, what is place of supply? The question comes in GST is when IGST would be applicable and when CGST and SGST would be applicable. Because there are two type of taxes. One is CGST, SGST, one is IGST. CGST, SGST is applicable when there is within state supply. So when there is within state supply, CGST, SGST would be applicable. When there is out of state supply, IGST would be applicable. Now the question comes, how would we know that it's a within a state supply or out of state supply? And even in out of state, which state? If I'm supplying from Rajasthan to Gujarat, but the delivery is in Maharashtra, the tax would go to which state? Maharashtra or Gujarat? Because the person is from Gujarat, but the goods are going to Maharashtra. So that's a question which we need to understand from the law. So what law says? Simple. Just know two things. Just get to know two things. One is location of supplier. The person who is making the bill. I'm making the bill, my location. And location of supply. Location of supplier, location of supply. Or place of supply. So place of supplier and place of supply. If these two are within the state, it's a within state supply. If these two are different states, it's an interstate or out of state supply. And which state? The place of supply rule will decide. So the place of supply rule are very relevant to decide which tax is applicable, IGST or CGST, SGST. And place of supply rules are made for each and everything. In general, if the recipient and supplier are of different state, the IGST would be applicable. But in specific many cases, which I explained in the last slides, accordingly, place of supply would be decided and accordingly tax would be applicable. So I hope it clears the doubt. So thank you so much for your 1 hour and my 1 hour. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.